You're here. Guess what, guys? We got a running back. We draft running backs in Philadelphia.
Yes, we do.
What was it about Miles Sanders?
It wasn't done my opening statement. Excited, very excited. We were patient, let the board come to us. Every dog has their day with that. And we got Miles Sanders, and then came back and got a receiver that we had targeted throughout this process, someone who really fits what we do. Really good player, good person in JJ, and just really excited about those two guys. And obviously offensive heavy the past couple of days, and it's just how the board went. Understand that we can't do everything here and all the need positions. That wasn't what we went to the draft doing. That's what we did for free agency, and we have the flexibility here to just follow our board and take the best guys, and that's what we've done so far here.
What was it about Miles Sanders that made you guys want to draft a running back in the second round for the first time in 10 years?
Yeah, Miles was a staff favorite and coaching staff favorite, personnel staff favorite, all of us front office favorite. Really, that guy, he reminded us of some other players we've had around here. He's got great lateral quickness. He was behind, obviously, a great back in Saquon, and really took the opportunity to take it over when he had it. 5-star recruit at Pittsburgh. We had some of our guys, some of our Pittsburgh guys. We got a lot of those guys on your staff who had followed him in high school. And he's one of those guys that you kind of say, if he comes back and has another year like he had this year, where does he go next year? And we think he's a special talent and a perfect fit for our offense.
Joe, when you have a player like that who has 1 year as a starter, how do you evaluate that 1 year, and do you care about the tread on the tires for a player like that?
Yeah, no, we talk about production, and production matters, but we also talk about the ability. I mean, the ability that you see on tape, and I mean, how he hit on it, and you see a guy with great feet, great balance, lateral quickness. He's got quick strike ability. So, we're very excited about Miles.
Does the low mileage play a role?
It's a positive. It's a positive.
Joe, the two questions and reservations about him, if there's any, the 5 fumbles he had last year and his pass protection. Can you address both of those?
Yeah, those are things that we talked about when we talked about Miles, and we had him in here, and we addressed it with him, and we feel really good. We have one of the best running back coaches in the National Football League, and Deuce can't be more excited than he is right now.
And just to say, when we had those Westbrook came out, those were concerns with him about his ability to pass protect, and he's one of the best pass protecting backs who've played in the National Football League in a long time. And ball security was a concern with LaShawn when we had him. So we go with Deuce, and he asks those as the questions. He gets a chance to work those guys out and see those guys, and he feels very confident. Coach feels very confident that those are things that are not going to be a factor in the NFL.
Doug, you talked about this. I wanted to ask about going into OTAs. You're going to have quite a surplus at a couple positions, tackle, running back. I know you probably like that a lot, but can you explain a little bit about the process of kind of sorting that out, what that's going to be like?
Yeah, the biggest thing for us as coaching staff in the offseason is really there is no depth chart. We're quite frankly, we're working everybody individually, and we're getting everybody the work that they need to be prepared for training camp. And it's going to be great to get these guys in here. Get them with their position coaches, get them in the playbook. Start working on the field with our guys. See how our guys practice. Sometimes they come from programs where maybe they practice a certain way. Well, they get here, they're gonna practice a different way. They're gonna practice hard and fast, and we're excited about that. But OTAs is a time to really kind of build the foundation and to work on things that will carry over into the preseason games, and then the regular season.
How you've talked through the years about versatility, multiplicity, offensively. In the last month and a half here, how the complexion has changed at wide receiver and running back, and what that means to you, kind of looking ahead with all the different things you can do with this talent.
There's a lot of hand waving back there, Dave. I think with what you're asking, as far as again, it's a great opportunity for us as a staff. We continue to add depth and we continue to add talent, and that's something that Howie and Joe and the scouts they bust their tail to do, and we obviously help our roster that way, and not only for this year but also for the future, and the guys we have are guys that we can. We can work them in different positions. We can take guys and for instance Miles. We can work him in space. We can take JJ, work him inside, work him outside. There's just position flex with those guys, and that's what's even with our current guys. Nelly's been a guy that's worked inside and outside, and Alshon, Deshaun. It's we do put letters and we say okay, he's outside, he's inside, all that, but. Quite frankly, we move so many guys around in our system that they have to play inside from time to time, and having even Alshon go in the slot has been beneficial for us, and big targets and things like that. Of course, this is going to be exciting, for us this spring, even with our tight ends and that situation that we have. So, we continue to add the depth, we continue to add the talent to our roster, and that's exciting, and that's a good thing for us moving forward.
With Miles Sanders, this is a guy that. Went to school nearby, and Howie mentioned that some of the scouts have known him since his high school career, but when did he really start becoming a serious contender for you guys to draft him? And how do you weigh having someone that's close? Is there do you worry about home field bias, having someone so close versus, the rest of the nation when you see a guy that up close?
Did you go to Penn State?
I didn't go in there this year.
No, did you go to Penn State?
No, I didn't go to Penn State, but I know someone who did. Yeah.
So do you worry about that? You had success with LaShawn being close by, but Tony Hunt.
Right.
That was before you, but I'm just wondering.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, with Miles, I do remember him coming out, even though I'm not from Pittsburgh, like Tom and Andy are, and Jim Ward. But I do remember how highly touted he was, just having friends that work in the staff there. So that's how he initially got on my radar, just coming out of high school. But, backing up a pretty good running back and making the most of his opportunity this year is when he really got on our radar for this past season. And Jim Ward did a great job. He's our area scout in the Northeast, and he did a great job going in there and getting great information.
Hey, Howie, can you talk about how Jordan Howard and Miles Sanders kind of complement each other? Seem like they have different skill sets.
Yeah, sure. And we're always trying to look for complementary guys on our roster. But at the same token, Miles is a guy, he can play all three downs. Jordan's got better hands than maybe advertised. But you have these guys who can do different things, and for coach, he's looking for guys who have different skill sets, so he can provide different looks to the defense, and it's a matchup league, and that's what we're looking to provide our coaching staff, guys who can win one-on-one matchups, who can play in specific situations, and so that there's not a play that he can't call because he doesn't have the right skill set there. And this is a guy that we got together as a group about 2 weeks ago, and we went through some hypotheticals, and certainly when we were looking first in the first round, there wasn't a lot of time spent on our first round pick being available anywhere in the 20s. We would joke about Miles falling to us. When we started the day today, I went into Coach Staley's office and I said, let's get some good karma. Maybe Miles will fall because we're going to try to be patient here. And I think the most shocking thing he heard in that was the word patient in that sentence. But and then JJ, we heard from a bunch of people after he picked JJ, we're very surprised JJ fell. Sometimes these West Coast guys who play late, they get a little underrated because people aren't watching those late games, and this guy's a baller. He's got a very good skill set, and I think when our fans get to know him, they're going to be really proud. He symbolizes Eagle mentality, Eagle football.
As a follow-up to that, for both you guys, it was a crowded wide receiver board at 57. A few came off right afterwards. What separated JJ from the other guys at that point?
JJ is a great fit for what we do. Him and Miles, two of the highest character guys in this draft. So that separated them from a few guys. But JJ's ability to go up and get the ball, his strength, his ability to separate and finish contested catches in the scoring zone. He's just a highly productive guy and really tough, really strong.
When you look at a guy who is so good at making those contested catches and you're scouting him, how do you gauge whether that's going to translate to the NFL where you're going up against sort of a different caliber athlete, maybe bigger corners?
I mean, I think strength translates in this league, and the ability. I mean, you're not going to separate from every corner in this league. There's a ton of talented players, and you're going to have to make tough contested catches. And those guys, their game travels, man. And when it's cold here and you need a strong guy to go get the ball and make a play, I mean, those are the type of guys we're looking for.
I think the other thing is his ability at the line of scrimmage to set defenders up. I mean, he's a very crafty guy in his separation and his ability to use his basketball skills to box out guys. And so he creates separation from that. And then, he showed at his pro day his athleticism as well. So, this guy's a good football player, and we're happy to get him.
Howie, I understood what you said about the way the board fell in terms of defensive players, but could you have dreamed walking in yesterday that you'd be through day 2 and not have drafted anybody from this defensive-rich draft that you talked about?
Yeah, I think that we've been through enough drafts to know that things get hectic on draft day, and it never goes exactly according to plan. We spend so much time charting kind of scenarios, and we always say that we get back on Friday and things change. And I think that where we looked at this, things changed here in terms of where the board went offensively versus defensively, but in a very positive, productive way. And if we went in and just said, hey, we got to get this amount of defense guys, this amount of offensive guys, by the same token, we didn't have a lot of picks. It wasn't really our goal to lose more picks. But we have a lot of confidence in our ability to find guys after the draft. And we will be very aggressive about doing that. And we looked at opportunities to move down. I know that's probably a question that all of you guys have. Certainly, that was something that we looked at. But we also didn't want to lose these guys, and we didn't want to get too cute and be in a situation where we lost guys that we thought had an Eagles mentality, really fit what we were trying to do going forward, and not only fit what we're trying to do now, but fit our team going in 2020 and 2021 as we kind of build that roster up as well.
There's been a report that Nelson Aguilar is available for a trade. Does this draft pick of JJ affect his future here?
No, for us, Nelson's an important part of our football team. He's an important part of what we're trying to do. We're really excited to have him here. He's somebody that has continued to get better and better as a player. For us, having this amount of depth, talent, it's going to be something we're going to need during the course of the year. It's a long season. We're hoping to play well into January. We're going to need everyone, and we've seen that the last couple of years. Our depth has been a huge part of our success, and so that's our job, to make sure we have Coach and his staff the depth to get through a hopefully 19-week season.
Hey, Doug, we talked this offseason about how the last 4 teams in the league were the best 4 offenses. And from a team-building perspective, I know this is the way the board fell, but if grades are equal, does sort of the tie go to the offense?
Have you met our head coach? What side of the ball he's on? I think that, listen, we got an affinity for scoring points. There's no question about it. And the way we built our team, we want to score a lot of points, and then we want to make teams one-dimensional and get after the quarterback. That's how we build this. That's going to be how we continue to do it. But at the same time, we're not trying to force anything. Again, I just want to start out with how we started this press conference. Feel extremely fortunate to be here after the first 2 rounds and have the players we have, the talent that they have, and the character that they have. And we feel really good about where we are, but we still got a lot of work to do.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks, sir.